Thank you. I'd just like to start my speech by telling you this is a very serious, important thing, public service. For the past few years, my family's been dealing with an infestation in the house. It's worse than rats, it's worse than cockroaches, it's worse than termites. It doesn't matter if your house is new or old because they come in and you never get them out. In fact, you might actually have the same problem too and just might not realize it. I'm talking about these. They're the worst thing ever, and they come to your house and there's just nothing you can do about it. But recently I've been doing research about them, and I just like to take time to tell you about what I learned about them and how their behavior and what you can do to keep them at bay. The plastic bag, or in its formal Latin phrase, Sacus vulgaris, is an animal that's been around, that's like the cockroach, and that's been around for millions and millions of years. Except earlier it took the form of dinosaurs. And then the dinosaurs died and turned to oil, and they got mad because we killed them and turned them into oil. So they decided to get back at us by evolving into these jellyfish-like creatures that have sworn to get into your house and take over and just bury us all. And like the cockroach, they will be here millions of years after we're dead. And these creatures, they're very, like the cockroach, are also very flexible because they will eat just about anything. You can stuff it, they'll fit in their mouth. You can put food, you can put electronic appliances in them. Unfortunately, they have a very weak digestive system because you can just pull everything out of their mouth. They don't close it, they don't digest it. Because of their varied diet, they tend to like to focus on stores, grocery stores, electronic stores, doesn't matter which stores. But to camouflage themselves, they like to disguise themselves by putting the logos and slogans of stores on them so you don't recognize they don't belong there. Store owners have had a hard time trying to figure out how to deal with them, so what they've been doing is pawning them off on the customer in the name of convenience. And as anyone who's ever dealt with a store knows, they aren't really that convenient because it doesn't matter if you put 20 items, if you buy 20 items, or you buy one item like a jug of milk that already has a handle on it. Because they will still stuff it in the bag and they will make you take the bag home. Incidentally, that's how they infest your house. You buy something, you go shopping, you go home, you unload your groceries or you unload your shopping, and then next thing you know, they're on the chair, they're on the podium, they're on the table, they're on the floor. They've already started to mark off their territory. And of course, it just seems like a mess right now, and they're harmless. But over time, they start reproducing. And before you know it, your floors and everything in your entire house are covered with these horrible bags. And there's no traps and no poisons that you can buy that will kill them. And if you go to call an exterminator and you tell them that you have a bag problem, they will hang up on you. I think it's because they know that they can't get rid of those things either. As for extermination, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can try getting rid of them, like animals you don't want anymore, where you drive them out to the farm, and you leave them, and you come back. In this case, you take them to a recycling plant, and you leave them and come back. But in this case, they are like animals that you do that with. They will find their way back. This is exactly why they call it recycling. So the only thing you can really do is containment. You shove them into drawers or in bins, or you put them in the garage, and you just try to keep them away from everybody when they come in. And really, that's all you can do. Or you can wait until you get a big one and go and eat all the smaller ones. And this may seem like forced cannibalism, but keep in mind that big bags are the only thing that eat small bags. And after you see what the small bags do to your house, they deserve it. So now you know more about the common bag. Now you can do absolutely nothing. But at least you know how they are and what they're like, and knowing is half the battle. Thank you.